All right, we are live.
So y'all, are we doing y'all bring some people in the room? Or we hitting it? We right in with it.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is Marcus. I am your new host. You can call me Mark. I'm the new host of the No Hesi HoopCast, and I'm here with your distinguished guests. We got Leek, and we also have Black Moses here. We're going to be talking all things NBA draft. So we're hyped, and we're excited that y'all are here to join us. So, fellas, let's do a quick recap of the bubble season. And I want to hear what you guys thought about it. And then we're going to jump right in to our lottery picks for the 2021 draft. So let's start with you, Black Mo. How you feeling? How did you feel about last season?
Oh, man, I'm elated, man. The Lakers, first and foremost, I do want to preface it by saying the circumstances do deserve an asterisk because of everything that happened in 2020. That being said, circumstances, it doesn't matter because the Lakers won the championship because of everything. So I'll take all that hate, all right? I'll take all the asterisk talk. I'll take all of that. It doesn't matter. LeBron James brought championship back home. We're now tied with the Celtics, 17 titles, and I'm over the moon.
Yes, I totally agree. So, Leek, what's your take on the bubble season, man? Let's hear what you got to say about it.
Man, so I got my championship shirt on right here for the Lake gang, all right? And I think the bubble was a success. Not only for LeBron James, because we all know that's what it was set up for, right? For him to capture his title. But, the COVID cases, I don't think there were any at this point. So I was impressed by the way Adam Silver. And listen, Adam Silver is the GOAT GM. I got to say that. Yeah. I don't think any other sport, any other league has a commish, a commish that's a commissioner that's on Adam Silver's level. So I see it as a success. I enjoyed seeing certain players level up during the bubble as well. I also enjoy seeing certain players, fall off their wagon, so to speak, right?
That's facts.
Yeah. So, but overall, I think it was a success, and I really, I love the competition aspect of being in that gym with no fans around. I think that was really strong for the game.
Leek, I think you are mistaken, though. There was a bubble case.
Okay.
My man House on the Rockets, he caught a bubble case. Now he's back home trying to figure out the legal scenario and ramifications of his actions. We're not going to get too much into that, though.
Absolutely, yeah. House, he has people in the house, but we're not going to go there. So let's get right
to Daniel House.
Right. Shout out. So let's get right into it, fellas. We're going through you all's lottery picks. I want to hear your takes. And to keep things nice and tight, we're going to put a 2-minute timer on each of you. So we're going to start with Black Mo. We're going to start with pick number 1 in this upcoming draft. Black Mo, who you got?
This year isn't there isn't a clear defined number 1 pick. You got the Timberwolves picking at number 1.
Yes.
They already have a big in Karl Anthony Towns. As much as I really like Wiseman to be at number 1, I don't think they're going to go in that direction. So I say that they're going to pick Anthony Edwards out of Georgia, a little Spider Mitchell, Dwayne Wade type beat at combo for them to play alongside D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. I like him. I like his upside too, and like you said, kind of that Spider Mitchell vibe. Yeah, for sure. So,
go ahead. I was just gonna add that I think he just fits well with their timeline as well. He's a big, aggressive body, so I feel like he could come in and contribute right away.
He's got a nice body, real talk.
Yeah.
No homo. He's got a nice body.
All right, so Leek, what's your take, man? Going number 1 for you. Who you got?
Hey, man, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't quote the big baller. All right.
Here we go, y'all.
Listen, man.
We starting off.
They asked him where he was going. They asked him where the youngest son was going. He told Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp he's going number 1. All right. The boy got the number 1 tattooed on his chest. The jersey number is number 1. All right. Let's be clear. There is no prospect more polarizing, more captivating, and more box office than LeVar's, I was going to say smallest, but we'll just say youngest ball. All right. Hey, man. I got to go with LaMelo Ball. I think you can't pass up on him. I think he's box office. I think you throw him on your squad, your jersey sales go through the roof. You know, probably won't be much of fans hopping in, but I mean, being able to attend games, but I think ticket sales go through the roof as well if that becomes available. Just overall, just straight box office, kind of like how Lonzo was early on when he first got to the Lakers. But this is kind of like on a whole nother scale, though. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna go with LaMelo Ball. I don't know how the fit's gonna be.
That was my next question.
I will admit that. I mean,
him with D'Lo looks a little redundant, right? Same issues that we had in LA with Lonzo and D'Lo, right?
Well, Magic got D'Lo out of there for Lonzo, right?
Are we saying that D'Angelo's going to lose to another ball?
Listen, that can highly be the case. I know D'Angelo would hate for that to happen, I'm sure, because
he would hate that family.
He feels like he found the home. I saw on the JJ Redick podcast too. D'Lo, they asked him. JJ Redick asked him how he felt about playing with D'Lo. I mean, with LaMelo, and he said, I mean, if that's the direction that the organization wants to go in, then I'll be perfectly fine with that. So he let it be known he don't want to play.
He's not rocking with that.
Yeah.
Right. He wants to be the primary ball handler, and I feel him.
Yeah.
He couldn't do that. He had that in Golden State for a little bit, but that was with like a bad news Bears type of squad.
Yeah.
And he did have that. He didn't have that in Brooklyn. They moved the ball a lot. He didn't really get to do his
Karras got hurt, and that's
how he got
allowed it.
But he even shared the rock with Spencer Dinwiddie a lot as well.
Yeah.
So he wants to do it. Obviously, he wants to do his James Harden. Or all these niggas do, right? They want to do it James Harden, right? So I think the fit is a little shaky. Of course, D'Lo could play off the ball. He could shoot. But I think they can't pass him up. I think LaMelo's the number 1 pick. Yeah.
All right. So moving on to pick number 2. We're on the board. Black Mo, who you got and why for number 2?
Real quick, I want to dispute that take, or I want to let it be known that I'm disputing that take. Solely, and I really like LaMelo as well. I think that he's going to be the more successful ball, but I think that there's a little buyer's remorse on the Ball fam right now. One, his pops is still his pops, and he's still going to be talking throughout his career. So that's one thing you got to deal with. 2, they just got D'Lo in a trade to essentially pacify Karl Anthony Towns,
right?
Who seems like he's not really into the idea of waiting for his team to be good again. So that being said, I think they would pass on LaMelo for that reason. And he's not clearing away the best player. That being said, though, this is where I'm mixing things up a bit. I got Golden State trading this pick. Golden State trading this pick to Chicago. I saw a couple narratives that said that Chicago was very, very high on LaMelo, and that they would be interested in moving up. I hear that the talks are they're very close to being confirmed. So that being said, I got LaMelo being drafted by Golden State and then being traded to Chicago. So Golden State would be trading back to the 4th spot. And I think, everything the Leek said applies to Chicago, right? I mean, they've been waiting for somebody since Derrick Rose got hurt, right? Since Derrick Rose knee, right?
Yeah.
So I think with this, he's box office. They got a young core. You got Lauri Markkanen, who looks like he's pretty solid as long as he can stay healthy. You got Kobe White last year, so you got a backcourt with Kobe White and LaMelo. You know, you got a dog and you got some finesse. So I think, this just looks like it's more. This is a sexier pick for me.
Okay.
All right. So D, that was great. Leek, you're on the board to dispute and also give your pick.
All right. So before I dispute that, I have to backtrack. All right. I got to ball back essentially. All right. Because I'm not done talking about LaMelo. All right. Let's be very clear about this. All right. Now, what I did not. Now, you added a new dynamic into this, Black Mo, when you discussed the trade talk, right? Okay. With that being said, I do have a trade for the number 1 pick that I am also throwing on the wall. Whether it sticks or not, we'll find out Wednesday. So I've got Sam Presti just traded Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers, right? Mm-hmm. He gets back some, probably gonna give. Is he getting back Kuzma and
no? It's Danny Green and the 28th pick, I believe.
Okay, that works. And then we got Chris Paul being traded to the Phoenix Suns. If y'all don't know, that just happened. So Chris Paul is now officially a Sun. And the Thunder get back Ricky Rubio, Kelly
Oubre,
and Jalen LeCue is a young guy, and then some situation with draft issues as well. But
they got some late picks.
Ricky Rubio is definitely poised to be a serviceable backup at this point. All right.
Absolutely.
He's not your number 1 guy. He's not a splash guy. All right. Now, with that being said, Sam Presti just traded away both of his point guards, right?
Got one.
He still got one. Now, this is what I'm saying, and I've been hearing from my sources. All right. And I'm very connected. All right. I'm very connected. All right. I think that Sam Presti is going to offer up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and a trove of lottery picks or a trove of first-round picks that he got from Clippers when he did the Paul George deal to the Timberwolves to get the number 1 pick. That would pair Shai with D'Lo and Cat, which is a better fit right there, right?
That works a lot better, yeah.
And then Sam Presti can now bring in his new franchise player after he just cleared the way for him, basically, which would be LaMelo Ball with the number 1 pick. So that's
so you still got LaMelo going number 1.
I still got him going number 1, just not to Minnesota. After essentially his destination. All right.
I like that take a lot better than the first take.
Okay. All right. Hey, you like that take better than the first take?
Yo, shout out to Molly and all those guys.
Yeah.
Now, also, now after I balled back, and now I'm balling the future. I'm back in the future. All right, back in the present. All right,
balls in the future.
The ball's in my court now with the number 2 pick there. All right. Now for the Warriors, I do have them trading the pick. I feel like the market is very dry right now for what they can get. A lot of players that they want to add, which obviously would be a big, they're not able to fit that. They're not able to find somebody that actually is worthy of a number 2 pick with the bigs. You got like LaMarcus Aldridge. You got the dude from New York. I forgot his name. Tall dude from New York. They got over there that kind of sprouted out of nowhere and became a factor. So I think the Warriors are going to draft James Wiseman as their center, and then just kind of move forward with that. He's got all the tools, kind of like that Hassan Whiteside kind of build, where not necessarily looking to add anything offensively, but just defensively, rebounds and stuff like that. And Draymond could put that battery in his back, and he could do what they need, and they still can also get bigs in free agency to kind of come in and help as well. But I think they're going to draft Wiseman with the number 2 pick.
I think that's good. Now, Black, do you have any rebuttal to that, or do we want to move on to the number 3 pick, Charlotte Hornets?
We can move on to Charlotte.
All right, let's go.
I have Wiseman moving here. I hear that MJ is really big on Wiseman, all the pre-draft workouts. I mean, I pretty much hear that that they love this kid, right? And we all know how Jordan has been with bigs. He's been trying to get his get back since Kwame Brown got drafted. So I think he's trying to redeem himself here and get somebody who is a little bit more trustworthy at the center spot. I've liked this kid since I saw him play earlier on in his season, which got cut short because of some old bull, you know what I mean, that we're not gonna get into. Pay your players. But I will say that I like him going here. Now, that being said, I mean, Charlotte has to get this pick right. Right? I mean, you know, they've drafted well for the last couple seasons. I like what they've done like in the later rounds. I really like Bridges as well. I think Bridges is a big talent. But they gotta get this one right. Put it back on me one more time. They've gotta get this one right. Otherwise, now we're calling into question whether or not Jordan is a GOAT at this point, right? I mean, this could definitely hurt his legacy. I'll put it that way, right? So I think the safest bet is to go James Wiseman here.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Leek, you shake your head over there. I feel like you got
this guy, man. Look, I was prepared for outlandish narratives. All right, I was prepared for that, but nothing could have prepared me for this guy Black is bringing out. All right, listen. Jordan could draft, Yugoslav,
Brown.
and his GOAT status is untouchable. All right. Now, as far as him being a serviceable GM, that's another conversation, and we can have that on a later episode. All right. Now, with that being said, Charlotte Hornets on the clock. I am going with Anthony Edwards at this point. I'm going to throw him in as the explosive combo guard that they can put in. They don't really have anything going for them right now other than like Devontae Graham. And yeah, I pretty much say that's it. Everything else is on the table to be thrown to the wayside if need be. I think that Jordan picks Edwards. I think Edwards has that 6'5" explosive frame, finishing ability, Dwayne Wade archetype, Donovan Mitchell, kind of like you stated. And I think that he will be groomed by Jordan. I think that he might even end up taking over primary ball handling duties after a season or two, just because they literally have nothing else to stick to the wall except Devontae Graham, and he's a miniature size point guard, if you will. So I definitely think that and Bummy Brown, absolutely. Yeah. I definitely think that Jordan is gonna. I think Anthony Edwards goes 3 on the board. I like the fit, and he can go to purgatory and kind of ride a little bit down there.
Mark, before you go to the next pick, I definitely do want to expose what I feel like is becoming a narrative from Leek, and I'm getting a lot of Edwards hate, and I just want to know where the hate's coming from, because it sounds like in the pre-draft talks, it sounds like there was a lot of spiciness coming off in regards to Edwards. So I just want to establish whether or not that's true or if I'm just tripping.
Leek, do you have a rebuttal?
Listen, man, I've got no problem with Anthony Edwards. I like it. I love his athleticism and explosiveness. I think the pro day didn't help him at all. I'll be honest. I think that was the pretty premature move by Clutch. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, he's no LaMelo Ball, okay? And I think that's really what this is all about. I think your ball hate, right, mixed with Edwards' ability, kind of is convoluting things as far as my perspective, at least, with my narratives. So, That being said, come and get it, Black.
All right, brother.
All right.
We got to move on. So before we go any further, shout out to our viewers, anyone viewing now, live, and those who are watching the replay. We appreciate you. And do us a favor and go ahead and share this out, to your people. We definitely appreciate that. So
what up, Kurt?
Yeah.
So
what up, Kurt?
So let's move to now. We're at the fourth pick, and we're at you, Black. And I know you have some trades there. So with your fourth pick.
So I had Golden State and the Bulls trading here. So the Bulls obviously be taking LaMelo with the second pick. For Golden State here, it is not too far from where Leek had him as far as what they'd be looking for. They need some size right now. They're very unsure at that position. So I got Onyeka. I can't even pronounce it. Okongwu. From at the four center at thank you at USC. My notes here are illegible at this point. But yes, at USC, I put UFC, so I was trying to figure out what I was thinking with that. But yes, he's they're slating him as a Adebayo type. You know what I mean? So I think that body type, that build is going to be real big in the next 5 years here. So I think players are going to they're looking for Adebayo bodies at this point.
Yep.
I got him going there.
Okay. So this is the Chicago pick, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I definitely now this is. We've got the main three out of the way, right? We know those three are going first with LaMelo, James Wiseman, according to my narrative at least, James Wiseman and Anthony Edwards. So with Chicago at the fourth pick, I feel like they're looking to get a point guard. Black had LaMelo going there, which some mocks do as well. I don't. I have them drafting Tyrese Halliburton, the 6'5" point guard from Iowa State. He was a sophomore. He's kind of like Alonzo built a little bit, looking to move the ball, you know what I'm saying? More so pass first, but he is a weapon. He does have a nice shooting stroke, and per 40 minutes, I believe he was at 15 points and 6.5 assists. So I like that. I think Chicago's looking to get a point guard. Of course, they would love to get LaMelo Ball. Obviously, I think they'll really push for that if they can. Like my narrative has Sam Presti kind of hijacking that whole thing, but I do have them taking Tyrese. I do have them taking Halliburton. Excuse me. I said Tyrese. Tyrese. Yeah, actually, his name is Tyrese. Yeah, I got him taking Tyrese Halliburton. So yeah, that's my Chicago pick.
Word.
All right. So, fellas, in the interest of time, I'm gonna shrink it down to a minute to go on these next few picks. So let's go with the fifth pick in the draft, which is going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Who you got, Black?
I got Cleveland going with the Israeli kid, Denny Avdija. I hear people trying to put him in the same convo as Luka Doncic. I've peeped, his first couple seasons overseas. He's got a good skill set. He's kind of skinny. He's got some craftiness to his game. Is that going to translate? I don't know. Cleveland's been making poor decisions in the past, and I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't work out. But I wish the kid well. I'm going with Denny Avdija at number 5.
Okay.
It's on you.
I've also got Denny going to Cleveland at number 5 as well. I feel like they got Andre Drummond under contract, and they got a slew of guards that they don't kind of know which one's going to pop. And they got
who knows what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I had opinions on those guards over there, but I don't have one on them anymore. I feel like it doesn't really move the needle over there as far as what they got. But I do like Cedi Osman at the 3.
Yeah.
So
I heard they've been talking about moving him. Sorry to cut you, Leek.
Yeah. And I think and that's why I've got Denny going there. I think they're going to move Seti. I think they're going to bring in who is basically supposed to be like a primer version of Seti, right?
Right.
So I think Denny's going to be there, and so yeah. But Cleveland, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see. Somebody throw Kevin Love a life raft.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so with the 6th pick, Atlanta's on the board. Black, who you got going to Atlanta?
All right, so this is where it gets a little this is where it starts to get a little tricky for me. There are a few cats that I personally have not really watched a lot. I've just been paying attention to the interests of these teams. But in this case, I've got trade here.
Ooh.
I've got a trade here. I've got there's been a lot of talk rumbling from my sources about Atlanta's need to not get better in the draft, but pursue some vet leadership that can pair with Trey and basically help them get over the next hump. So in that case, I've got a Pels trade for Drew Holiday. I've got the Atlanta Hawks trading their pick to the Pels and receiving Drew Holiday. And at this pick, I've got Isaac Okoro from Auburn.
A lot of movement going on over there on Black side. Leek, what do you have to say about that?
So that's
active.
Funny. Yeah, I also got Atlanta making a trade at that point. And I do got Atlanta doing the trade for Drew Holiday as well for that pick. And so the Pelicans would get that. And I do see the Pelicans at that point. It's real shaky on what they're gonna get, but I mean, I think as far as the idea is to see what works next to Zion. I think the guy Obi Toppin does have this floor spacing ability to do that at the power forward center position. I think he was the best player in college basketball last year as well. So I'm going to say that the Pelicans draft him, and they'll get some return back from the Hawks as well. Not quite sure what I haven't sorted out that part of my narrative yet, but I'm sure I could figure that out after the episode if anybody wants to hit me up privately and discuss that. But yeah, I got the Pelicans getting Obi Toppin, selecting him with the trade from Drew Holiday to Atlanta.
Okay, so we got the Pelicans moving down on both Black and Leek's picks there. So for the 7th pick, we're going to Detroit. Black, what you got?
Now this is another situation where the Pistons need a whole lot of help, right? Like there's been a lot of movement. They got Blake Griffin there a couple seasons ago. Andre Drummond's out of there. So that being said, they can use help all over the place. So I got, best player available at this point. I'm going with that kid out of France, man, Killian Hayes. I like what I've seen from him. I think he's a player you could build off of and start a young core with. So I got Killian Hayes going to the Pistons right here.
All right. You got?
I've got the same thing. I've got them selecting a point guard, and on the board, the next best available would be Killian Hayes, in my opinion. So I think they go with him. Killian Hayes is kind of like a lefty, smooth, kind of like a D-Lo kind of player, low athleticism, but good shooting, good playmaker, good ball handling. So I think they're going to go with him.
Yeah, I definitely like what I saw from that kid too. I think he'd be nice. So with the 8th pick, New York Knicks on the board. Black, it's on you.
Shout out to New York, man. They've had a tough go of it, haven't they? The last 20 or so years. That being said, the basketball gods have blessed them with the position they're in this year, and I've got them taking Obi Toppin. New York fans can rejoice. I think, in my opinion, even though he slipped to 8th, he's probably going to be one of the better players of this draft. He looks like kind of like he's giving me Mike Beasley without the weed vibes. So I'm going with Obi Toppin out of Dayton for New York.
Okay.
Sounds like a good one. Leek.
So I've got them going on the wing and selecting Sadiq Bey, the 6'8" small forward out of Villanova. He's one of the better shooters in the draft, two-way ability. I think this is another situation where New York is understanding that they no longer have sex appeal. All right. They have to start choosing what's just good and responsible.
What's wise.
Right, what's wise. So I think New York's going to go ahead and select that cat. And I think he'd be a good fit for them. I think they need floor spacing overall over everything right now. So I got him picking Sadiq Bey out of Villanova.
All right, Sadiq Bey, no relation to Yassine Bey. Leek with that pick. So now we got the Suns at number 10. We know they just had some movement. So Black, who you got going to Phoenix at 10?
I got I'm pretty sure they're keeping this pick, right? I don't think this was involved in that trade. But I've got them taking Devin Vassell out of FSU.
Okay.
Yes. He's a guard forward. And let's just be honest. From what we're seeing out of Phoenix, they're trying to get better right now. Yeah. So he's probably not going to make an immediate impact. But they're looking for some depth at the forward and guard positions, especially now that they lost Kelly Oubre as well. So I see them picking him up and having him learn behind whoever they pick up next, because I assume they're going to be making some more moves.
Yeah, that makes sense. Leek, what's your take on Phoenix?
So for this take with Phoenix, I actually got them picking Onyeka. I got them pairing Onyeka with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and with I can't remember that big dude's name. What's that guy's name? Big dude
from a couple years ago.
Yeah. So I got
who are we talking about?
The Phoenix, the center from Phoenix.
Oh, Ayton.
Yeah, I got him Phoenix picking Onyeka, pairing him with Ayton, creating basically a foul body / hard body for Ayton, so Ayton could kind of move around in the post a little more, get his Akeem on a little bit, and then Onyeka on the other side, ready to be more the aggressor for the rebound. You know what I mean? They already got shooters with Devin Booker. They gave away Oubre. I was kind of thinking in that manner, but they still got the other cat that they ended up drafting a couple of years back as well. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Onyeka right there.
All right, so we got the Spurs at 11. Black, who you got going at that spot there?
You know what? I feel like we skipped one, didn't we?
Did we skip one? I'm sorry.
We skipped Washington.
We skipped Washington at 9.
Okay.
So let's go back to 9. I'm sorry about that.
No, we're good. I got Washington picking up Patrick Williams.
Okay.
Now, that being said, I am also being told from my very reliable sources that Washington is in talks to trade that pick back with the Celtics at number 14, which would give the Celtics Patrick Williams from Florida State, and Washington would then select at the 14th spot. That being said, the reason why I say that is because I do believe that the Celtics are fully prepared to move Jaylen Brown this year. Hot takes. I think the Celtics are in that weird scenario where they have to decide what young gun is going to be the future of the franchise. And I think Jaylen Brown essentially is in the way of Jason Tatum's development at this point. I think we saw that in last year's playoffs with them not being able to kind of get in sync. We also heard there were arguments, we'll say, in the locker room during the series where they took that L against Miami. I think Jaylen Brown was involved in that. And I'm hearing rumblings that, he's concerned about his touch. He feels like he's just as good as anybody else out there.
Yeah.
And he rightfully so.
Right.
That being said, though, I think the Celtics have a decision to make. They're going to make that this year at some point, moving Jaylen Brown, and they're going to need to fill that lane with somebody who's a little bit more passive. You know what I mean? At least for now.
Right.
So that's my explanation for that.
Okay.
So Leek, going back to number 9. Who you got going to Washington?
Now I want to clarify something. I did make a mistake earlier. I did have Sadiq Bey going to New York at number 8, and I actually meant Devin Vassell, who is the other small forward / shooting guard. He is the best shooter in the draft, and I have him going to New York at number 8.
Okay.
So with that being said, now I'm to Washington at number 9, and I do have them picking Kira Lewis, who is the fast guard from Alabama. He's kind of like a John Wall prototype almost. You know what I mean? 6'3", extremely fast, finishes around the rim well, nice floater, nice Euro game, almost like a John Wall without the attitude. You know what I mean? So I do have them
a sober John Wall.
And I do have them selecting him and preparing him for once John Wall comes back, does whatever he does, and then they decide to move on from him. So I've got Kira Lewis going to Washington at number 9.
Okay, so now we're fast forwarding to pick number 11 with the Spurs, and
That's right.
For the rest of the remainder of the lottery picks, fellas,
Yep.
I'm gonna have you guys do rapid fire. I'm not
Okay.
gonna jump in. I'm gonna have you guys go one to the next. So with
Okay.
the pick, we start with the Spurs.
Okay.
All right. I got Alexei Pokusevsky going there. Pop loves Euros, and he looks like he has some promise. Slim guy.
All right. For the Spurs at number 11, I've got Devin Vassell going there. Kind of the two-way Florida State wing player. I've got him going to San Antonio for another strong wing body. Yeah.
All right, and the 12th pick goes to the Kings.
I had serious answers written in this spot. We live in Sacramento, so I know this is a touchy subject, and the question of what the Kings need right here is a real question. But this is also a HoopCast. This is no Hesi, and it's only entertainment, man. I got him taking Cole Anthony. I got him taking Cole Anthony. For the hype. Hey, look, all because he was on Brickley highlight tapes.
Okay. I've got the Kings.
Sorry, Kurt.
I've got the Kings doing something similar, but not with Cole Anthony. I got him taking Tyrese Maxey, who is a Kentucky YouTube highlight guy as well. Pretty much an undersized chucker. Pretty much a guy who's just going to jack up shots and wants to be a primary ball handler, but doesn't necessarily have the skill set to do that. I think the Kings are going to select him and create more roster
confusion, right?
Right, yeah. Particularly around the guards. So I got him taking Tyrese Maxey. Yeah.
I will say this: if the Kings are smart, if we could be serious for a second, the Kings are smart. They will do whatever it takes to keep De'Aaron Fox happy. That's all I'll say.
Right.
That's a great point. Great point. Kings definitely need a lot of work, but we're moving on to the 13th pick, and that goes to the Pelicans. Now, Black, I know you had a switch there. So with the 13th pick, who you got?
I have the Pelicans selecting for obviously for this is Atlanta at this spot. I got them selecting Aaron Naismith.
Yeah, I like that kid.
Yeah, he's got a nice game. And again, the Atlanta, they're looking to get better right now. So they're just looking to take best player available at this spot. They've already made the trade to get Drew Holiday. So I've got Naismith going there.
All right, I've got Atlanta. I've got the Pelicans because I also did the trade as well with the Pelicans and the Hawks with Drew Holiday. So I've got the Pelicans selecting for Atlanta, and I've got them selecting Cole Anthony for more primary ball handler duties with the second unit.
Primary bald handler duties.
I think he's a really strong 1-2 punch. And eventually, they might even be able to run him at the closing of games with Trae Young, Cole Anthony, and then some shooters or whatever around as well. So and Drew Holiday as well. So I've got them selecting Cole Anthony at that pick.
All right. So now with the 14th pick, we have the Boston Celtics on the board. Black, who you got?
All right. So this is also part of the trade with Washington. I've got Sadiq Bey going there. 14.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got Aaron Naismith going to Boston, adding more shooting, which would eventually be the catalyst to get rid of Jaylen Brown as well. That way there can be particular shooting around what they got rather than another guy who wants to kind of do the same things that Jason Tatum is doing.
Yeah, that was very solid. So that kind of wraps up the lottery. Did you guys want to maybe go to the 15th pick, or are we good stopping at 14 with Boston?
I think we're good. I think we're good stopping there. I think the
15th pick missed the train. I think they missed it. Yeah,
absolutely. So, man, this was an exciting reboot to the No Hesi podcast. So I'm going to leave it to the fellas that's been here a long time, to close it out. Black, you have final words, and then Leek, I'm going to have you have final words, and then we're going to see you on the next one.
I just want to say real quick, man, shout out to everybody who's asked about No Hesi in our absence. Really appreciate you guys. We're going to keep this thing going. We've made a few changes, but hopefully we'll have some of the OGs back on. Hopefully we'll spice this thing up, keep this thing entertaining for you guys. Yeah, man, please subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. Leek.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're watching it on the rerun playback, I appreciate you for tuning in. A lot of people have been asking about No Hesi. I think this is the flavor that a lot of people appreciate when it comes to hoop talk. I think it's good that we're bringing it back, retooled. I want to thank Marcus for being a part of a great addition. You know what I mean? I couldn't ask for a better person to kind of be involved in. So I know you're going to keep us in line and keep us on the straight and narrow with it, especially Black. All right. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to the season. I'm looking forward to covering the season. I'm looking forward to, seeing how the COVID season pans out. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm just happy to be back in the hoop talk, back in the hoop world. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. The season starts up 22nd, right? December
22nd is the opening night,
and training camp starts soon.
Training camps as I think it's a week after draft. Trades start today. Free agency that's going to start the day after draft, I think, or 2 days after draft. So everything is moving pretty quick, which is man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I like it like that. I know they want to get back onto. They want to eventually get back to the main schedule that they had, so that's why they pushed everything up so fast. But
they want the 72 games as well.
Yes,
that's a big number for them.
It is, yeah, it is. Which I'm fine with that too. To me, it kind of makes the playoffs a little sweeter. You know what I mean? Because there'll be a little more energy. I really like the way the bubble looks, so I'm looking forward to seeing guys continue that competitive nature.
It'll be interesting to see how when we get back into arenas, what that looks like, what the landscape is as a fan. You know what I mean? Is it safe? You know what I mean? Will we have to push some games back and reschedule because of COVID and all of that? So that'll be interesting to see. But I'm super stoked on it. I'm looking for that repeat. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm looking for that repeat.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? Man, well, thank everybody for being on. I appreciate you guys letting me be a part of this. And man, we hype, we ready for the season, and we're gonna holler at y'all on the next episode of the No Hesi HoopCast. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.